Fresh. How dare you wink at me?
Huh? Oh, pardon me, ma'am. I wasn't getting fresh. It's just a nervous twitch. Gotta watch that wink, I'm getting too good at it.
Superboy issue 83 has a story about teenagers bullying their teacher over her being single. I don't know about you, but I definitely remember being so engrossed in my teacher's personal relationships that I would constantly harass her over it. Even Clark Kent, instead of telling his school chums to mind their own business, says that they should feel sorry for Miss Finch for being a square. Tactful words, Clark. They even go as far as to draw an insulting cartoon on the chalkboard. I know they live in a small town, but is there anything at all that could better occupy the thoughts of these intrusive little shits? On the upside, at least whoever drew this has a promising future as a political cartoonist. It gets to the point where she even starts crying at home. Superboy gets the bright idea of getting a rain cloud to pour over her to somehow make her clothes shrink to the point where she can't wear them while she's still in public. While Superboy's plan is to get her to buy prettier clothes, realistically this would be enough to get her slapped with an indecent exposure charge and him with sexual harassment. Superboy's next attempt to sheezel that Miss Finch is building her a robot partner. Not the most well thought out plan, since even if Superboy could make her fall in love with a robot, imagine how that would shatter her world when she eventually found out. It would be like the twist in the Twilight Zone episode. I shudder at the implications of how Superboy would handle controlling the robot partner when the two are intimate. Fortunately, before Superboy can set up an event that would send Miss Finch to the loony bin, the robot partner short circuits, sending Miss Finch the predictable message that she is truly undateable if Superboy had to make her robot partner out of pity because no living person would choose to be in her life. Smooth move, son of Jor-El. The only saving grace of this Femcel fable is that Miss Finch gets herself a flesh and bone biological man. And now the kids of Smallville can focus on something of similar importance to obsess over, like the Turner family's front lawn being slightly less neat than everyone else's, or the librarian who danced on the Sabbath day. Could we just appreciate how high Batman must be kicking here to reach the third shelf in that stance? Wow, I hope he lands on some soft grass. Let's go see, Crash. He's knocked out, but look where he landed. Right in the lap of the park statue of you. The way I see it, I'm the boss now, and he's still the dummy. He was sent careening from a wagon and landed right in the lap of a solid stone statue. He's dead. There's no way he could survive that. While Batman and Robin just smile at the demise of a minor crook. Here it is, the famous story where the writers of The Flash catered to their readers who had a fat fetish. The day the Flash weighed 1,000 pounds, where the Flash gets turned into the average Magic the Gathering player. I love watching chimpanzee antics and I wish that life had more. My gun, by special radiation, causes the body to absorb moisture from the air at an incredible rate and swells its victim like a balloon. I don't know if that's scientifically sound, but we get to see the Flash anamorph into Fat Albert, so who cares? Who am I? Where am I? He has complete amnesia. Come with me. And so the Flash was led away and renamed Boogie 2988. Wow, is he fat? Whore. It sure is funny dressing him up like the Flash. People staring, laughing at me. My good man, just be thankful they weren't chanting "Who ate all the pies?" The Flash goes through an identity crisis, but he's lucky enough to not have Steve Miller as a confidant.
No wonder he's such a massive fatty. I'm about to meet a right portly pair and about to meet two right bouncing brummies.
The Flash decides that he needs to return to his normal weight, which is for the best because the only other circus that would have him would probably be this one. The Flash tries to reverse this process by lounging on a pile of blue and white potatoes. It might look nauseating looking at this, but eating those potatoes after the Flash is done with them will probably still be more healthy than McDonald's fries, and tastier than Five Guys fries. Not content to be the Tweedledee to Nick Occado's Tweedledum, the Flash confronts the dastardly villain who did this. Choosing to shun the path of fat acceptance, the Flash takes inspiration from his hero, Jared from Subway, and undoes his condition, rapidly bouncing his adversary's head up and down at breakneck speed. As Barry Allen, the Flash finishes the story with dinner and a joke. While I praise all the known gods that DeviantArt and mukbang channels didn't exist back then,